I have a problem. When I read books I actually enjoy, I finish them so quickly that I don't get to savor them. The good news is that when I reread them, the experience is very different. I decided to revisit some of my favorite novels in 2021, and I'll start in January with Crime and Punishment and Anna Karenina. Although I read them about 6 years ago, they're still so fresh and alive in my mind. Usually people who want to start reading Russian literature are drawn to them for some reason. But unfortunately, the lectures I found were very surface level. I guess that this is because people lack the time to analyze them and discuss them in class. You don't actually need to watch or read anything to enjoy these books, but if you want some help, I'd be honored to give you that. I haven't done my PhD thesis on this, and I'm in no way qualified to teach you how to think and interpret things. And to tell you the truth, no one is. Group reads can be beneficial for everyone involved. And I'll have my questions too, and you'll help me see the things I missed. I don't want to just give you a summary. I'm not really interested in that. If you're super lost, you could just Google things or reread it. In addition to discussing the plot, I want to give you some threads that you could follow, things that you could focus on, things that would make your experience even more pleasant. You know what's the difference between a good illusion and a bad one? Usually a good one requires more focus from the reader, it's more subtle, and most people won't get it. This isn't a rule. In Crime and Punishment, there's a whole chapter about the raising of Lazarus, and it's so obvious that even someone who's never read the Bible and who doesn't know anything about Lazarus will get it. On the other hand, there's so many subtle ones that you'll probably miss the first time you read it. A few days ago, I looked up the names of the characters and I discovered that there were so many Peters in this novel that it can't be an accident. For some people, the reason is obvious, but somehow I never thought about it. I'll tell you more about this in future videos, don't worry. Bottom line, pay attention to the details, not the broad strokes. You could focus on the numbers. For instance, when someone makes 30 rubles for doing something, it's an obvious allusion to the moment when Judas agreed to hand over Jesus for 30 silver coins. So it's obviously a form of betrayal of one's soul. You could focus on colors like yellow and green, or animals like horses or pigs. You'd be surprised how much changes when you actually pay attention to what's being written instead of your preconceived ideas. With Dostoevsky, the best way to know when to pay more attention is when something is off, when something is out of place. And of course, to know when something is off, you have to know what's normal. And it can be challenging, especially if it's your first book written by this author. No matter how good is your translation, it's not good enough, unfortunately, and I'll try to bridge this gap by explaining some words that have a certain connotation in Russian that they don't have in other languages. Even when they read Dostoevsky in Russian, some people complain that his writing is sloppy and awkward, and explain that it's because he was always in a rush and didn't have time to edit things. If you take a glance at his biography, you'll discover that although he wrote under pressure, he worked so hard and destroyed manuscripts because they weren't good enough. Crime and Punishment is the first of the Great Five, and it contains the themes he revisited in his other works. So I can't wait to reread it. Anna Karenina is a slightly less intimidating popular book. Everyone who could read was reading it at the time it was so popular. It's so colorful and rich that if you want to fall in love with reading once again, this would be a great choice. You know, we appreciate filmmakers who can take full advantage of their medium. Using voiceovers as a means of storytelling is looked down upon, is seen as lazy. Show, don't tell is the overused phrase when it comes to movies. I think that Tolstoy was one of those writers who could take full advantage of his medium. He was quite wordy and some people dislike it, but I think that the seemingly useless episodes are part of the charm of this book. Oh, you think that Anna Karenina is about Anna Karenina? Oh, sweet summer child. Like half of it is about a different character. Some people are so pissed when they discover this. I don't think I actually like any of these characters. You could actually hate Anna Karenina the character and love Anna Karenina the book. It gives you so much life experience and makes you look at things from different perspectives. Both Tolstoy and Dostoevsky try to elevate the consciousness of the readers, but the readers have to be open for that to happen. I will post these videos twice a week. The Anna Karenina Club will start on the 6th of January and will end on the 24th of February. The Crime and Punishment Club will start on the 10th of January and will end on Valentine's Day. This is what I call a passion project. You could read them at the same time, or you could read the one that seems more interesting. I will be reading them at a slower pace, a part per week, because I think that this is manageable for most readers. Even if no one wants to join me on this journey, I'll still make the videos and I'll still have a great time, so don't worry about me. Thanks for watching. Bye!